so beautiful. Like all these colors look so flattering on you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's so nice of you.
Yes. And welcome to New York. We moved here and we're actually in a building that I hear you were in this building for the first time when you were 6 years old. It was on SNL?
Yes.
Was that terrifying? Or was you so little you just didn't even...
I thought it was fun.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there I am. That picture's in the hallway too. It was so surreal when I hosted for the first time to see that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you, speaking of being a kid, I hear that you were a very imaginative kid, that you used to dance in mirrors, in front of mirrors with ghosts.
Well, my mom had these antique mirrors that she had bought in like a Paris flea market or something.
Yeah,
she lived in Germany with my dad for a little. And yeah, I guess I saw people in the mirrors and would dance with them.
Oh, she tells you this.
It sounds like I was a creepy child, but listen, this comes from my mother, not me. So
listen, I can see both of my kids doing that.
Really?
And then telling me they were dancing with the person in the mirror and me being like, right on.
Okay.
And just going about my day.
Yeah.
Those are my children as well.
My kid also actually was like, a man came out of the closet and like, I felt like it was my grandfather. So yeah, I've had my son.
I was like, did he feel like he could finally be himself? I was like,
oh my God, you're so funny.
I was like, how you worded that? I was like, good for him.
That's amazing.
I was like, good for him. No, it is weird. I'm always like open to it. I'm like, whatever they talk about, I'm like, cool, right on.
Yeah.
All right, as long as it doesn't scare you. My kid loves scary. My son loves anything scary. He had me buy the Goosebumps dummy.
Yeah.
The scary one. That's what he wanted for
What does it look
Christmas.
like? I forget.
Scary as hell.
Okay, all right. Yeah, my son likes to scare me.
Yeah.
And then if he doesn't scare me or I don't look like I got scared, he's upset.
Oh, he's disappointed.
Yeah, very disappointed.
One time my son tried to scare me because I don't know, this must be a son thing because he tries to do that to me too.
Yeah.
But I scared him.
Oh, really?
And he cried. And I was like, wait, that's not fair.
Yeah.
If you did you have to take it.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway,
it's
it was a hard lesson. Yeah.
Good life lesson.
I didn't do it again. But anyway, so your kids they're getting older, but do they still not really realize, like you and your husband are in the public eye and what you do?
They don't totally get. I mean, my one son watches Spider-Man. My other one watched a little bit of Jumanji before, but they don't really care.
Jumanji. Yeah.
They don't care.
I actually showed my kids the OG Jumanji because now there's the other ones that came out.
Yes.
And I was like, let me show you the original.
Yeah.
And they loved it.
It's good.
I know. It held up and my son wanted to watch it again, like right after we watched it. And I was
sorry,
like,
Kelly.
We'll need a minute. Yeah.
Me and your,
I was like,
your house on repeat.
And I forget how many movies you've been in so many movies, like for all of us, just for so many years, like so many different ones. Anyway, so your kids are at an age where I hear they come into your room at night, which mine do as well. I'm a single parent now, so it happens a lot more than I'd like, but do they just invade your sleep, your bed?
Well, one's still in a crib, but when Jesse's out of town working, then I let him sleep with me when it's not a school night. So but yes, the only show we can agree on is like, is it Cake? You know that show?
Oh my gosh, do I know that show? I've seen every episode of that show.
It's the only show we agree on.
Yeah, I will say it's incredible because I can't ever figure out that suitcase one really got me. But anyway,
the suitcase or the money?
Yes, when it was coming out of the suitcase, they had even clothes coming out. I was like, what?
Yeah. I can call them pretty well. And so can my son. So that's what we do, and he eats snacks in my bed, and he just passes out because it's easier for me than like reading a book, doing a song. I'm just like, just come pass out with mom.
I know, because I'm tired.
Yeah, I know.
And it's longer to do your routine, to go to your room.
It is.
This is a thing. This is a mom thing.
Yeah. I would rather have him just sleep next to me. And it's cozy.
Sometimes I sleep better because I don't know. We moved into a different house here, and we're on different floors, and it's kind of, I don't know. I think I sleep better too sometimes.
I get that.
Yeah. But did your kids make you appreciate, they make me appreciate my mother more. Do they make you appreciate your mother more now?
Yes, I'm much kinder to my mother. No.
You were not kind before?
Well, you know, you're a teenager and you're just like, I very much appreciate what she's done for us. And also growing up, she was so, every set I was on, she always made it really cozy. She'd pack like pasta makers and things anything that would remind us of home.
Be familiar.
Yes, yeah.
That's really cool.
No, and she still does Sunday night dinner for us every Sunday.
Really?
She cooks a huge meal. All our friends and family come over.
Oh, no. That sounds like commitment and also like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work and it's a lot of cleaning. Yeah,
that's a lot of cooking.
Yeah.
So that was a look at her new film, Civil War. It's in theaters tomorrow. Incredible film. So tell everybody about the movie and your character.
I play Lee, who's a war photojournalist, and the movie is about this group of journalists during a civil war in America right now who are traveling from New York to D.C. to interview and photograph the president.
Yeah.
But it is such an incredible experience in the theater. Like, I was in the film and I was shook by it at the end. Like, it really, you know, the way they edit it, the sound, all of it, it's such a meaningful and not polarizing film. It's really about what happens when people don't communicate and what happens to humanity and what polarization is doing to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very important film. What drew you to the story? I'm sure you get many that come on your desk.
I love Alex Garland, who did Ex Machina. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
It's really good, and he's just such a talented, brilliant writer, and he grew up around war correspondence. His father was a war cartoonist for an English newspaper.
Yeah.
So that was his kind of way into this world. But yeah, working with him was something that I, you know, never thought would happen, and I'm really proud to be in this movie.
It's such an intense film, even even the sounds, like you're saying.
It's very intense.
Yes, and I know that they're blanks, and I know that everything going on is, but that's got to be a little hard, like, because our body stores that stress, even though
100%.
your body doesn't really realize it's not real sometimes, and you're acting in the scene. Like, how do you carry that home and get rid of that? Like,
well, it was
or not carry that home, I guess.
We shot the film in chronological order, so by the end, the last 2 weeks is kind of the pinnacle of the film when it's very much like explosions and gunfire in very small spaces. So to be around that for 2 weeks, it left me like really feeling off for sure.
Yeah.
And then you read about a shooting in a newspaper, and then you're not like hearing gunfire for weeks.
It's intense.
It's very intense, and the film is very immersive. It feels like you're in a documentary almost. Like it feels very real.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for
What do
people
you
to see
hope
it.
people take home from it? Because it's, I mean, a lot that's talked about. It's not too far-fetched.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it, especially the divisiveness. So, like, what do you hope people take away? Like, what's the message for you?
I think that the audience will really be able to put their own kind of feelings about everything that's happening in the world, and it really allows the audience to do that. It's not telling you, you know,
what to think or how to believe or
not at all. No,
Yeah.
it's very much it's
Which
very
is funny, 'cause that's what the press should be doing.
Things.
Yeah.
Exactly, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Because sometimes people don't, I mean, not sometimes, a lot of times, most times, I think people don't trust what you hear nowadays because nobody knows, and that's so sacred. And I love that this kind of is the message of that too. Like, it should be sacred, it should be neutral. It
And
should just be feeding people what's happening. Yeah.
Yes, you're completely right, and it's because it's about, you know, war journalism, and you don't realize how important these people are. Like they're like doctors, you know. We need to value these people, and I think that Alex really showed this in a very real light, and how they risk their lives to show us the truth.
Yeah. Well, you shot in a beautiful place. I love Georgia. It's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I like Atlanta too.
Yeah. So when you were there, did you bring the family, or do you?
Oh yeah, everyone came.
Everyone came?
Everyone came, yeah.
So, like, how do you do that? Like, with your family and working?
Well, Jesse wasn't working, so he could be the parent there. I mean, he did a small part for us in this film, which is a very intense scene in the film. But yeah, he was there, and we had a nanny obviously helping us too.
Yeah.
But they had a great time. They had like little girlfriends next door, and they were going to museums, and I was, you know.
Yeah. It's just hard though, because I feel like sometimes even when I have help, I have an amazing nanny, but your kids still want you and they pull at you. So sometimes I'm like, if I'm doing a one-off, I'm like, no, you can't come. Let me just go do this show tonight and I'll come back.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Ennis definitely was sleeping in my bed eating barbecue potato chips while I'm going through my lines for the next day, you know?
Oh my gosh.
That was our ritual.
Women and compartmentalization. Wow,
Yeah.
okay. Well, Kirsten has already had such an impressive career that will be part of her legacy, and she's left quite a lasting impression on moviegoers, literally in some cases, like this fan here. Like, you actually met him, right? Yeah.
He's right there.
That's amazing.
There's Hunter.
So wait, I'm trying to see the tattoo. You can't see it on that screen, but it's incredible.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So you saw the tattoo first, and then you ended up getting to actually meet him.
Yes,
Yeah.
we met at the Academy Gala. Hunter was covering it. He's a photographer. And someone had sent it to me before, but I'd never seen it in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I mean, to imprint on someone and have them that change some part of their life, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Art is so cool. So before the break, we were talking about the effects some of Kirsten's most memorable roles have had on people and how they've even helped people find truth in their lives, because art is awesome, y'all. We wanted to talk some more about a few scenes from those roles and what Kirsten remembers about them, because we don't know. So this is What Do You See Here? What do you see here? Do you get it?
Oh, I got it.
You're welcome.
I got it.
So, scene from one of Kirsten's movies will appear on the screen, and she's gonna tell us what memories it brings back. So here's the first one. Oh, this is Jumanji. We were just talking about this. I love Jumanji.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I love the new Jumanjis, but nothing touches the OG Jumanji for me.
Well, you know.
So good.
Yeah, you could
what do
say
you remember
that.
from that scene?
We were in wetsuits with underneath there, and we were there for, it felt like weeks. And my mom would float in like sandwiches because she was like, there needs to be more craft service. There needs to be more food on this set. So she'd like make a bunch of sandwiches and float them out on a raft to us. So we're just like soggy eating sandwiches on a chandelier.
You know what? I lost you after you said wetsuit.
Ugh.
I hate wetsuits.
Ugh.
I'd rather
them.
freeze and die than put a wetsuit. It's like Spanx from hell.
It is, you're right. And then to put clothing on top of it.
It's no.
It's awful. And I was wearing overalls. Honestly,
No.
I was not happy.
Yeah, that's not a
doing this
good
scene.
time.
No, not a good time.
Well, that's scarring. Next
Yeah.
one. Except for the floating sandwiches. Oh, Little Women.
Cozy.
This is such a good one.
Yeah, that was. Oh yeah.
What about
it's
this
my
scene?
turn to
Your
talk
turn.
about it. I was like, yeah. Okay, Kirsten, what do you remember? Well, you know what? I had just done an Interview with a Vampire, and then I went to do this film, and so it was such a wonderful like juxtaposition.
I was like, that's a different set.
Very different,
Yeah.
and Gillian Armstrong directed this, so going from a male director to a female director, so young, really influenced me in such a powerful way, and not really thinking about directors in any sort of like female, male. You know,
That's incredible.
Because I had this lesson so early on that it didn't really.
It was normal for you.
It was very normal for me, yeah.
That's wonderful, because that's not everyone's experience. Okay, how about this one? Oh, this is a classic! So bring it on. What about this scene?
I mean, we just had the best time in San Diego. No one knew that this movie would be a huge hit. We were just like making a cheerleader movie, and like everyone left us alone.
It's like the cheerleader movie.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I was a cheerleader in 8th grade, so I loved the whole vibe. My best friend was always a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
We just had a great time, and no one. I remember when it opened, we were at Universal City Walk.
Yeah.
And we were peeking in at all the theaters, and we couldn't believe they were packed. Like we were just blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? You never know what's gonna hit.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Same thing with music. You're like, really? That song? All right. Like, you're
But
like,
yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. If you do not know, I mean, I guess
No.
if we knew, we'd bottle it and sell it. But yeah. Well, next one we've all seen a few dozen times. The greatest kiss ever in a movie.
Wow.
It's pretty magical.
It was, yeah. I mean, poor Tobey, he was, that rain
Oh no,
was
I
just,
hear that it was like going up his
going
nostrils.
up, he'd be like, I gotta breathe, like lift me up, I gotta breathe. So that was how that went.
Oh man.
Yeah, it wasn't the, yeah.
Who cares
it looks
about y'all? It
great.
looked awesome.
Yeah, it
I'm
looks
just
great, yeah. As long as it looks good, right guys?
Yeah, no, that's so horrible to know. I found
Yeah.
that out later, and I was like, that sucks that it
Yeah.
wasn't great for him, because it was awesome for us. Yeah, but then again, every date never lived up to that, so whatever. Well, one more scene. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Power of the Dog. This is so good.
It's funny though to see that because, you know, that scene is like, oh, I hear her talk about sandwiches again. I feel like I just keep talking about sandwiches. But it's
Where's
true, I
Carrie?
make like little sandwiches and give him tea and we have a dance, but like, meanwhile, we're making the movie and we have a child together. So it's just funny to me that, and now I can talk about it, not at the time, but it felt very corny doing this scene with my husband.
I was gonna say, does it feel corny, or I don't know, does it feel weird to act with your husband? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
This felt corny.
okay.
Because it's like, oh, we haven't touched. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we haven't, and you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
weird.
I hear he did have you cry at one moment, though. Something touched
Me?
you so much.
Oh,
that
yeah,
you,
his line, yeah.
It's a beautiful line.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
He really.
What was it? It's good to not be alone, or something like
like
that. Oh
that.
my God! I was
Yeah.
like, brrr.
I know,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
He got me there.
Yeah.
The
So
tease-
whatever, corny. It was good. It was good. All right, let's do another short break. Kirsten is killing all of our dreams. It's okay. Kirsten's new movie is called Civil War. It's in theaters and IMAX everywhere starting tomorrow. Go to a movie theater and see it.